are created by our internal. So if your internal is not in place, if your internal doesn't have the clarity, if your internal is clogged, it's not going to create a good outside circumstance for you. So that's why we must always protect ourselves at all causes, right? Don't just accept your life and wait for the right time to begin. Go out there and give it everything that you have every single day, all right? Because the job that is never started always takes the longest to get finished. The job that is never started always takes the longest to get finished. So if you're just sitting here and waiting to lead yourself, then guess what? Your job is going to be prolonged, right? Great example. Let's say we were going to build a house, okay? And you're not showing up every single day to help me build this house, then guess what? The job is going to get longer to finish. It's going to take longer to finish. But guess what? If we start this up right away today, and every single day we go out there for 2 hours a day and we lay bricks down and we do what we're supposed to do, then the job is going to finish a lot faster. A lot of you don't want to go out there and lay these bricks down. A lot of us just want to sit at home, chill, and just hope that this house and this empire that we want in life to get built for us. Understand, guys, we have to build this empire. We're the ones that have to do it. I talked about it on my last episode on the building ambition, right? We talked about self-reliance. You have to count on you. You have to count on you, guys, and that's super, super key. And understand, we have to make sacrifices. Leading yourself comes with a lot of sacrifices. Understand that if you don't sacrifice for what you want will be sacrificed. Okay? Everything, everything you want is on the other side of you sacrificing time, sleep, people. So many things that has to be sacrificed in order for us to accomplish what we want. Because trust me, you don't want what you want to be sacrificed. Imagine that car you want being sacrificed. Imagine that house you want being sacrificed. Imagine all those beautiful places you want to travel to and take your families to being sacrificed, right? Imagine that private school that you wanted your kids to go to being sacrificed, and now you have to settle for a regular public school. Imagine all the things that you want in life being sacrificed just because you didn't want to sacrifice for that. We need to understand this, family. We have to live intentionally every single day. Everything that touches your life is an opportunity if you discover its proper use. Let me repeat that. Everything that touches your life, okay, is an opportunity if you discover its proper use. Remember, it's not about what happens that determines your future, it's what you do about what happens that will determine your future. Because what happens to everybody. The sun went up on us yesterday and it came down on us yesterday. That was a common event that happened to all of us. All right. But what did we do about what happened? Did we put the work in as the sun was up? Did we read the books? Did we listen to the audios? Okay. What did you do while the sun was up? Remember, what happens to everybody. Is what we do about what happens that will determine our future. So the goal here is to live intentionally. All right. The hustle is sold separately. In order for you to get something you've never had, you got to do things you've never done, especially when it comes to leading yourself, especially when it comes to this. Because in order for you to lead others, remember, you have to lead yourself. In order for me to be able to lead the individuals listening to this call right now, the thousands and soon to be millions of people that are going to be listening to my message, in order for me to do that, I have to lead myself. All right. And this is the key. You got to exceed expectations. Stop only doing what's accepted and start doing more than what's expected of you. Start doing more than what's expected of you, because you got to do more. But in order for you to do more, you have to know more. All right. Start living your life with no limits. Affirm to yourself, I am limitless. I am successful. I am infinite. I am relentless. Set the bar, meet the bar, and make sure that every single day you give it everything that you got to accomplish what you want in life. Because it's not about us. It's about those that are watching us. It's about those that are looking for us to keep going so they could be like, wow, he never quit. He never quit. Every single day I get messages from people telling me, man, because you never quit, because you never put your head down, I'm here today. I decided to do entrepreneurship. I decided to tap into my higher self and accomplish more. So remember, it's not about us. It's about those that need you to keep going so you can inspire them and show them that life is for all of us to win. Life is abundant. Life is fulfillment. Life is prosperity. And this year, 2020, we are all going to have quantum leaps in our businesses and in all areas of our lives if we decide to lead ourselves, guys. But with that being said, I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Make sure that you lead yourself, because before you can lead others, you got to lead you. And you are the only one that can make a change in this world. Be the change that you want to see in the rest of the world. So with that being said, guys, I'll see you at the top. It's the bottom. It's way too crowded. Let's go. Thank you for listening to Mornings with Nano. I would really appreciate it if you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a comment below on how Mornings with Nano has brought value to your life. Also, I would really appreciate if you guys follow me on Instagram at Long Live Nano, Neno, so I can get you guys plugged into my morning masterminds at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Remember, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. All right, guys, we're going to get started here shortly. Give me 1 second, and we'll get the call started. Let me just move this over here. I'm getting everything set up as we speak. And there we are. All right, guys. Let's see how we look here today. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Well, welcome, guys, to Mornings with Nano. I'm so excited to be here. Happy Tuesday. I am calling in directly from Richmond, Virginia, and it's feeling good. The lighting is good. The energy is good. The morning routine this morning with the team was absolutely powerful. We did a lot of phenomenal things, from reading the Bible to visualizing together. We read together for a solid 25 minutes. We shared what our biggest takeaways were. We did a beautiful journal session from what we're grateful for and why. We wrote down affirmations, affirmations. We also did a nice journal prompt where we basically journaled on what the best day looks like, right? And we had a phenomenal morning. We traded this morning. We're in profits. So it just feels really, really good. I got my nice Ask Me About Bitcoin shirt that my sister Tia gifted me. Shout out to my sis Tia, always being so thoughtful. She's the best. Shout out to you, my sister. We're grateful for you. And overall, just feeling incredibly well and good about everything, and just feeling really, really blessed and grateful for it all. So thank you guys so much for hopping on. I do apologize. I wasn't able to do a call yesterday. I was traveling. Yesterday was a long travel day for me, but I had a great time in New York. Just to catch you guys up a little bit, I had a great time in New York. We did interviews. I got a chance to spend some time with the family. It's always so humbling and so amazing to go back home, spend time with family, with friends, old time people. And it just reminds you how great it is to go back home and just learn and be able to just put yourself in a position to elevate yourself already. Right before the tour was like a good recharge for me, right? Right before I went on tour, just kind of put myself in a great environment and just put myself in a good position. So I'm going to be going live here on Instagram as well, because I know the people on the gram are waiting for me. Hair's looking good. We're looking amazing. And, you know, we get right to it, fam. So I'm blessed. So today I wanted to teach you guys, as you guys know, I love teaching from books in the Bible, in stories, really. And one of my favorite stories that I've actually never done a training on, hold up, let me just write this right here. One of the stories I've never done a training on is the parable of the sower. Surprisingly, I've never done it on this. So I said, you know what? I gotta do one training on this at least in my lifetime. All right. And that's what we're gonna be talking about here today. So today at the top of your book, at the top of your page, I want you to write down the parable of the sower. And I'm going to teach you guys this training from the Bible. And obviously I want to let this, you know, just a quick, just let you guys know, this is, I always do this with respect to what everybody believes in. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. He is my Lord and Savior. But I also respect everybody else's beliefs. Obviously, I love to teach from it because, you know, there's just so many powerful stories here that everybody can, you know, learn from. So focus on the story and allow it to actually, you know, pour into you, because it could really, really be powerful today. And then I'm gonna teach you guys the 4 lessons that I got from this story that has absolutely shifted me. All right. So today we're gonna be talking about the parable of the sower. So let's get right into it. If you're ready for today's training, put a 444 in the chat. The energy's feeling good. The energy's feeling amazing. The lighting is good. I love this t-shirt. Everything is working out here. It says it's muted. Are you guys muted on Instagram? Can you guys hear me on Instagram or no? Let me know if you guys can hear me on Instagram. Just want to make sure. For some person, somebody can't hear me. But it looks like Carla, you can hear me. It might be you, Solar Being. Hi there. What's up, Carla? How you doing? All right, awesome. So let's get right into today's training. All right. So today we're going to be training on the parable of the sower. So let me get right into this. Okay. So one day Jesus spoke to a large crowd by the sea, and he told them the story. And if you guys have heard the story, you guys know about it, but I'm going to teach it to you guys now so you guys can hear it all over again. And here's how it went, right? So, and I'm going to teach it to you guys right from the book, all right? So you guys can hear it. All right. So that same day, Jesus went out of the house and sat by the lake. Such large crowds gathered around him that he got into a boat and sat in it, while all the people stood on the shore. Then he told them many things in parables, saying, a farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path, and the birds came up and ate it up. Some fell on rocky places where it did not have much soil. It sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow. But then the sun came up, and the plants were scorched, and they withered because they had no root. Now, I see somebody asking me what chapter. I'm reading from Matthew 13. Matthew 13. It's actually Matthew 13, 3 through 8. Verses 3 through 8. So I'm going to go back to it. But when the sun came up, the plants were scorched, and they withered because they had no root. Other seed fell among the thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. Still, other seed fell on good soil, where it produced a crop, 100, 60, or 30 times what was sown. Whoever has ears, let them hear. Now, I'm going to repeat the story again. Listen to it. Listen to it for a second time. This is such a powerful story. Then he told them many things in parables. Parables are stories. So God used to love to teach in stories. And I love that because, as you guys know, facts tell, but the stories sell. I love stories because I can remember them. And I can remember the drama in the details. And we're all going to relate to this. And I need you guys to listen to this, right? A farmer went out. Think about this. A farmer went out to sow seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path, right? So imagine a farmer walking. He has seed in his hand. He's starting to, he wants to grow his crops. It's that season. So he has seeds in his hands, right? And as he's walking along the path, right, some fell along because, he has the seeds in his hands. So some are falling along the path. The birds come and eat those up. He said some of it fell on rocky places where it did not have much soil. So it sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow. So because some of it was, it fell on rocky ground, it didn't have space for it to grow. And then it says, oops, sorry. Let me put my phone on do not disturb. All right. Then some fell on rocky places, so it sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow. But when the sun came up, plants were scorched and they withered because they had no root. Other seed fell among thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. Still other seed fell on good soil, right? So some fell on good soil where it produced a crop 100, 60, or 30 times what was sown. Whoever has ears, let them hear. All right. So that's the story. Now, what are the lessons that we get from this story? Because I need you guys to understand this. Jesus later explained that the seed is the word of God, the truth, opportunities, and lessons. So I want you guys to write this down. The seed represents truth, opportunities, and lessons. Those are the three things that the seed represents. You see, you can hear the story, and the story, you see, me, when I used to hear these stories, I didn't think anything of them, to be honest. I was like, yeah, great story, pretty good story. But I didn't think anything of them because I wasn't paying attention to the context. The drama is in the details. I always say this to you guys. The drama is in the details. I didn't understand what the seed represented. Now I do, right? So now that I understand it, the seed is the word, the truth, the opportunities, and the lessons, all right? The soil represents the condition of each person's heart. This is powerful. Listen to me very closely. These stories can really shift your perspective on life if you are willing to understand them. The soil represents the condition of each person's heart. Remember, God will give you what your heart desires. So stay with me here. The seed represents the truth, the opportunities, and the lessons. Those are the three. The soil represents the condition of each person's heart. Put a 2 in the chat if you guys are with me so far. Just want to make sure that everybody's with me so far. All right. With the story and with what each part of what the seed represents and what the soil represents. Because I want to make sure you guys are here with me. Now, here are the 4 lessons from the parable of the sower. There's 4 valuable lessons in this story. Number 1, write this down. Protect your mindset, the path. Now, understand that the seed that fell on the path represents the people who hear the truth but don't understand it. So the enemy steals it right away. Who remembers a story where he dropped the seed along the path, and what happened? The birds came and ate it up right away. Protect your mindset. You see, the seed that falls on the path represents as well the people who hear the truth but don't understand it. Think about how many times we've jumped on Mornings with Nano. How many times you've read books. You've listened to audiobooks, podcasts. You've gone to events. You've gotten opportunities, but you passed up on it because you maybe truly didn't understand it. You may have not been in the right state of mind at the time. And guess what? The enemy came and took that opportunity from you. The birds came and got you for it. You see, this happens a lot in life. We got to protect our minds and stay aware of the distractions and the negativity that steal our growth before it even begins. We need to see this and understand this. We have to protect our minds and stay aware of the distractions and the negativity that steals our growth before it even begins. Think about it. As the farmer was walking, he dropped seed and the birds came and picked it up. Even before the growth process even started, even before the seeds were watered, even before any roots were even started, they stole it. You see, that happens to a lot of us on a day-to-day basis because you see, we have distractions in our lives. We have negativity in our lives that steals our opportunities before they even start. I want you guys to ask yourself these questions. I want you to reflect on this question real quick. What distractions, what old habits, or what people are stealing your seeds today? I want you to think about that really quick. What distractions, what old habits, and what people are stealing your seeds today? Because remember, the seeds represent something. In the chat, for my students who are taking notes, let me see who my note takers are. What does the seed represent? Type it in the chat box for me. What do the seeds represent? Let me know. I just told you guys. So for my note takers, I'm hoping you guys are going to tell me this straight to the point. Isabel, let's go. It represents the truth, it represents the opportunity, and it represents the lessons. Great job. Great job here on Instagram. Great job here on YouTube. So think about that. If the seed represents the truth, the opportunities, and the lessons, then let's ask the question again. What, right? The question is, what distractions, what old habits, what people are stealing our seed, are stealing our truth, are stealing our opportunities, and are stealing our lessons? Because we got to protect ourselves. We got to protect ourselves. Truly, think about this. We have people in our lives that are stealing our seed. We have distractions that are stealing our seed. We have old habits, old versions of ourselves that are stealing our seed. Some of us, we have the opportunity of a lifetime right now in our hands. But because other people are stealing our seeds, we're not able to take advantage of it. Because we're too focused on distractions like social media, relationships that are no longer serving us, friends, drugs, video games. We're not able to truly fulfill our purpose. You see, these stories are so powerful because it makes us aware of the things that we need to that we need to take advantage of. You see, these stories are as much for me as they are for you because it made me realize, it made me reflect, man, what's stealing my seed? We all have distractions. We all have negativity in our lives. We all have people that try to steal our seed before it even begins to grow. So it's time for us to become aware of these things. It's time for us to start doing that because guess what? We're in a season of growth. The summer is the season of growth. Remember, there's 4 seasons in the year. There's the winter season, there's the spring season, which is the season of planting. There's the summer season, which is the season of growth. We have the fall season, which is the season of harvest. All right. The winter season is the season of challenge and preparation. So think about it. Each season has its representation. The winter being the season of challenge and preparation. The spring season is the season of planting seeds. The summer being the season of growth and protection, which is where we are right now. We're in the summer, which guess what? This is the season of growth and protection. Why protection? And well, we got to protect what's growing. We were planting all of March, April, May. and some of it into June. So we just started the season of growth and protection. So all the work that we've done this year, 6 months into this year, we can't let it go in vain. Every book that we've read this year, every action that we've taken this year, every morning routine, every prayer, everything that we've done this year is still growing. Even though it may not seem like it in the physical yet, even though it may not seem like it in the results yet, there's still growth happening. And a lot of it, remember, a lot of our growth for a lot of us is invisible. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not there. I want you to write this quote down. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Write that one down. Tag me on it if you want to. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. The fall represents the harvest, harvest and collection, collecting what you worked so hard for. So think about that. Listen to the quote again. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence, which means the fact that we can't see the results yet doesn't mean that the results are not there yet. That's just another way of saying it. So the fact that we can't see the evidence of our work and our actions is not evidence of absence. It's just the growth is invisible. Some of the time it's going to be invisible. Real quick, put a 2 in the chat if you believe that some of your growth right now has been invisible this year, right? Because some of us, we have growth that's visible, right? I've had growth this year that was visible. But let me tell you guys, there's been a lot of growth that I've been waiting for that's been invisible, right? So it varies, right? You'll see things when it's time to see it, when it's time for it to be visible, it'll be there. It'll be there. But a lot of our growth, believe it or not, is invisible. We're not going to be able to see it yet because it takes time. It's like the bamboo tree analogy. The bamboo tree spends 4 years underground when the seed is planted. What's the winter season for again? Challenge and preparation. Challenge and preparation. And character building, if you want to add another one in there. Challenge, preparation, and character building is the winter season. So we got to become aware of these things, right? So the first thing is, number one, you got to protect your mindset. That's the path. That's what we're on. Protect it. Become aware. Understand what's distracting you. Understand what's stealing your opportunity. Because a lot of us right now on this call, you guys know that you guys have very unique opportunities right now. There's beautiful lessons. There's truth that you know. Think about it, guys. I'm teaching you guys right from the word. I'm not teaching you guys from a book today. I'm not teaching you guys from anywhere else today. This is straight from the word. So number one is protect your mindset. Number two, you got to build deep roots. Deep roots are key. Because here's the thing about the deep roots. The seed can start growing fast, but it withers if there's no roots. All right. So here's the lesson. You could be excited about the next level in your life. You could be excited about the next 6 months in your life, right? But if you're not truly committed long term, then it won't last. You see, there's something more important than just excitement and motivation. We need discipline. We need resiliency. We need long-term commitment because nothing is going to change overnight. Deep roots is discipline. It's prayer. It's study, reflection, morning routines, reading, visualizations, Bible studies. This is where the deep roots are built. What did we do this morning here in Richmond, Virginia as a group? We woke up, We did our prayer. All right. We visualized our dream life together. We practiced gratitude together. We read together and we shared our biggest takeaways. We journaled our gratitude. We journaled our affirmations. We journaled our affirmations. We journaled the prompt that represented the perfect day for us. What did the perfect day look like for us? We did all of that. You know what we were doing this morning? We were building our roots, building our deep roots. Now, here's the reality of it. And this is for the people that are in the house. If they only do it today, then it doesn't matter, because excitement only lasts. They're excited. Yes, yo, we had a great morning routine, but it's not just about doing it today. It's about doing it tomorrow. It's about doing it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Wake up again, do it again next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Every single day. Because listen to this, discipline is the ability to give yourself a command and follow it, even long after the feeling of motivation has faded. Even long after the feeling of motivation fades. Because guess what? There is going to be hard days. There is going to be days where we're tired, we're exhausted, we had a long night the night before. There's going to be days where things are not working out for you financially, things are not working out for you at your job, things are not working out for you with your kids, with your relationships, in so many different ways. But guess what? Still, you show up for yourself each and every single day. I know people that are on this call right now, personally, that are dealing with a lot, but guess what? Every day they wake up and they work on themselves. Right? We have our sister Eunice who has dealt with many health complications. But guess what? Eunice is more consistent than almost majority of the people that are on this call. She's on this call every single morning, rain or shine, regardless of her health complications. And she has an excuse that she can really use. She could be like, yo, Nana, I can't hop on. But guess what? She still hops on every single day, Monday through Friday, rain or shine, no matter what. I know one person I'm going to see in the chat is my sister Eunice. Guaranteed. Look, I got discharged from the hospital at 2 a.m. You know what that's called? That's called building deep roots. Regardless of her circumstances, regardless of what's happening in her life, regardless of health complications, she shows up. And that's not taking credit away from other people that do show up every day, because I do realize everybody else that shows up every day. I use Eunice as an example because she has one of those stories that she can really use it as an excuse as to why she doesn't show up, but she actually uses it as fuel to show up. And that's the reality of it. And trust me, if she could trade places with some of us that are completely healthy and we don't have any complications, I'm sure she would. But us that we're completely healthy and we good and nothing's wrong with our bodies and our health is in full health and we solid, guess what? We take it for granted. We sleep in. We don't read the books. We don't jump on mornings with Nano. We forget to do this. We forget to do that. See how that happens? We need to start becoming more grateful for the things that we do have. Because if it was taken away from us, you'll be praying for what you have right now. I'm telling you, that's why I'm always so grateful for life. That's why I'm always so grateful for this community. Because believe it or not, some of us take so many things for granted that we have. We have everything. You know, the other day I was sitting there and I was in New York and this person couldn't walk. And I started tearing up because I was looking at the person and he couldn't walk. And I'm like, yo, some of us, we even take the fact that we can walk for granted. Like, imagine if you think about everything you could do because of your legs. You can walk, you can run, you could do so much. We could do so much. And I remember talking to them and he was like, Like, if I could only go back to those days when I could walk. And it was just such a it was just a moment for me, and it made me very emotional, almost made me cry, because I was like, bro, we take things for granted all the time. We have no excuses to make. Every single one of us, we should be working so hard on building deep roots right now. We should be every day reading good books, Bible study, journaling our goals, doing what's required, morning routines after morning routine, developing the skills, building that relationship with God every single day. And somebody asked me on Instagram, I saw you said, what if I slip up one time? It's okay if you slip up. Listen, guys, I slip up, but don't make it a habit. Acknowledge it. Hey, I slipped up, back to it tomorrow. That's it. Back to it tomorrow. That's it. Hey, you slipped up for a week, fine, great. Let's not slip up this week. You slipped up for a month, great, fine. Let's not slip up next month. But don't make it a habit to become a person that is constantly slipping up. You should always be working to be as consistent and as disciplined as you can be. You have to literally become that individual that you are so obsessed, and you hold yourself at such a high standard, and you hold yourself so accountable to the point that you're always working to be better. You should be mad at yourself when you slip up. You should be disgusted with yourself if you don't show up for yourself. And that's the reality of it. You have to be. I get disgusted with myself when I'm not in the gym, when I'm not reading, when I'm not doing my Bible study, when I'm not going to church on Sundays. I get disgusted with myself. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? You need to be working on you. You know this. You know this. You know you can't afford to slip up. You know you got your family counting on you. You know you got your team looking at you to be an example. What are you doing, Nano? How are you going to go out there and pour into these people from an empty cup, bro? These are the conversations I'm having in my head. How are you going to retire your mom and dad if you can't even show up and read a book 30 minutes a day? How are you going to do it? Because I'm my own accountability partner. And yes, I'm hard on myself, because you know why? Nobody else is going to do it. When you slip up, no one else, rarely will you ever find somebody that cares enough to hold you accountable the way you need to be held accountable. So you know what? You got to be your own hard accountability partner on yourself. No one's going to tell you, yo, you slipped up on reading today, make sure you do it again tomorrow. Think about it. Who's actually going to do that for you? Not many people. As a matter of fact, nobody. Nobody cares that much. Not even your own boyfriend or girlfriend care that much sometimes, to be honest. Call it what it is. And if you do have somebody that does care about you that much, and guess what? They're probably annoying. They probably are annoying, but appreciate it, because that annoyance is what you need. I love that. I have people in my life that they hold me accountable, and trust me, it's so annoying sometimes. But I'm like, you're right. You're right. Let me just humble myself. You're right. Those are the people you need in your life. Amber does it for her squad. Amber does it for her squad. I see it all the time. And guess what? I'm sure there's people that get mad at Amber. Amber is always posting her schedule and always telling us to do this and always telling us to do that. This is annoying. This sucks, man. But guess what? Later down the road, they're going to look back and they're going to be like, yo, Amber cared, bro. If it wasn't for Amber, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I wouldn't have the growth that I have today. I wouldn't be able to do. And then later it becomes love. But in the meantime, it's annoying. Because think about it, guys. Nobody likes to be held accountable. It sucks to be held accountable, even for me. Even for me. And I get held accountable a lot because I get held at a high standard. So we have to understand this, guys. Build the deep roots. Deep roots. And the best way to build it is through one word: discipline with you. You have to be disciplined with yourself. All right. That's number two. Number three, the lesson, right? Here's the third lesson: remove the weeds. These are the thorns. You see, in the story, the seed, it gets choked by the thorns. You know what the thorns are? They represents the worries of life, the worries, the fears, the doubts that destroy us. Remove the weeds, fam. Too many of us we're overthinking too much. We're too worried. We're doubting ourselves too much. We have too many fears, too many insecurities. We can't grow if we let fears, doubts, or chasing quick success choke us. We must literally weed out all the distractions, all the fears, all the doubts, all the insecurities, and let's focus on what really matters. Let's focus on God. Let's focus on our morning routines. Let's focus on becoming the best versions of ourselves with our mind, our body, and our spirits. Why do you think I'm doing the retreat at the end of the year? What you think the retreat is for at the end of the year? It's to help people align themselves. It's to help people build the deep roots. It's to help people remove the weeds. It's to help people protect their mindset so that everybody that goes to that retreat, they're going to go into 2026 better than they've ever been. Better. They're going to go into that next year better than they've ever been. I'm telling you right now. So here's what I want you to ask yourself on this call. What thorns do you need to remove from your life today? Remember, the thorns represent the fears, the worries, the doubts, and the insecurities. These are the emotions that we feel. These are those silent killers that we have in our mind and in our ears all the time. You can't do that. Don't do that business opportunity. You're gonna fail. You're gonna lose money. It's not worth it. You're not handsome. You don't post yourself on social media. This, all these doubts, all these insecurities that we have. You have an accent, Nano. You have an accent, bro. Don't speak on camera. Don't speak on camera, bro. These are the things that we have to start recognizing. We all have a silent killer, and you know who it is? Ourselves. We are our own silent killers. That voice that you hear when no one's listening and it's just you, it's just there in your ear. You can't do that. You're going to fail. It's not going to work. Don't post yourself on social media. You're ugly. You're not confident. You have an accent. This, that, ba, 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 ba. I've been there, so I know. I've been there, so I know. Today, I've embraced all those fears. I've embraced all my insecurities. I've turned my insecurities into security. Like I'm secure with myself now. I'm secure in my accent. I'm secure in myself. I'm secure with the love in myself. I believe in myself. I have confidence in myself. I have discipline with myself. I believe in that. I don't worry anymore. I don't worry about things anymore. I know that everything works out for me. I know that God has my back. I know that every step I take is anointed and that everything that I do always works in my favor. And even the things that may seem like they're not working in my favor, they all end up working in my favor. I started living that way. I started living that way and my life has changed. I can tell you guys right now, I got to give all the glory and all the praise to the Lord, God. If it wasn't for my relationship with Him, I don't think I would have the confidence, the peace, the love, the grace, everything that I feel today. Because it's just a different walk when you're walking with Him, when you've developed that relationship, when you know that every step you take is anointed, when you know that you were chosen, when you know that everything that is happening is literally working out for you. Nothing that happens in my life is happening to destroy me. Do you know that God will never put you through something to destroy you? You guys know the story of Job. He went through one of the hardest things that you could ever imagine in the Bible. But guess what? When Satan went to God and said, "Let me challenge him. Let me take everything from him." God said, "You could do everything to him but kill him." And even while Job lost everything, lost his kids, lost his wealth, lost his family, lost everything. Even when he was at the bottom of the bottom, he still didn't lose faith. And he was this close to losing it. Was this close to losing it, but he never lost it. He never ever lost it. Everything always works out for you guys. I'm telling you. I know it's hard to believe sometimes. You could be stuck in a situation in your life where you're like, yo, how is this gonna work out for me? It always does. I don't know how, I don't know what he does, but it always works out for you. But you gotta keep faith. You gotta stay positive. And if you feel like things don't work out for you, never, it's because of your doubts, it's because of your fears, it's because of your worries, and it's because of that. Because I'll tell you guys right now, ever since I stopped worrying, I stopped having all these fears, all these doubts. Every time something does happen, because guess what? Things happen to all of us. But because of my faith, because of my trust, because of my belief, everything always works out for me. Because I always look at everything from the positive. I always look at the glass half full. I never look at it half empty. I know that everything works out for me. I know that everything is God's plan. I know that everything I touch, it turns to gold. And even the things that seem like they're not working out for me, all they're doing is building my character, building my faith so I can get ready for the next level. Because the next level is going to require a different level of me. It's going to require a different level of faith, a different level of discipline. It's going to require something different from me. So I'm not worried about the test that God is putting me through right now because all I know is that He's preparing me for the next level. That's all He's doing. He's just preparing me for the next level. Because if I'm not prepared, then guess what happens? If we fail to prepare, we prepare to fail. And what leader, think about it. We're all leaders. What leader will prepare their son, their daughter for failure? Never. Think about it for my moms, my dads on this call. Would you ever prepare your son or your daughter to fail in the future? What do we do as fathers and mothers? We prepare our kids to succeed, to win, to have a better life than us. But it's a preparation process, right? For our leaders, for my people that are not parents. Think about what us do. For example, I'm not a father, right? So my kids is almost like my leaders, the people that I lead. I do my best to lead you guys in the best way. So why do you think I do these calls every day? These calls are part of what? The preparation process. I'm preparing you guys for the next level. I would be a bad leader if I didn't prepare you guys for the journey ahead. I'm giving you guys the tools, the strategies, the mindset so that you guys know, hey, here you go. This is the journey that you're going to face. Here's how you're going to battle the challenges. Here's what you're going to do while you're winning. Here's how you stay grateful. Here's how you build yourself up. Here's how you change your self-image. Here's how you do this, and that. Preparation. Here's how you get rid of fears. This is how I did it. And you know why I'm vulnerable on these calls? Because I want you guys to know that even though I'm the one teaching, even though I'm the one that's considered the expert and the public speaker and all of these things, those titles, I'm grateful for them. But I want you guys to know this. I'm vulnerable on these calls because I want you guys to know that I've gone through them as well. I'm also dealing with it myself, just at different levels. The fear just doesn't disappear because, no, I still deal with fear. I still have doubts. I still have insecurities that I have to overcome. I got through the basic ones. But as you go higher up in your life and you reach different levels, there's different fears. There's different doubts. There's different insecurities. There's different worries. So I still deal with them. Remember, guys, this stuff is easier to teach than it is to actually apply it. So we're all in this journey together. It's not like I'm sitting at the top of the mountain, like, hey guys, come up, come up, come up. Nah, I'm climbing with y'all. I'm right there. I'm not in front of you guys. I'm not behind you guys. I'm right there next to you. I'm right here next to you guys. Yo, this is what we got to do. This is what we have. This is how life is, man. This is how life is. So we got to remember, all right, remove the weeds. My life didn't really start to shift and change until I removed the weeds. I had to remove them because I had a lot of them. And guess what? Once you remove the weeds, you step up, you elevate, you hit that next level. Whatever fears you have, let me tell you something. Majority of what you're thinking about on a day-to-day basis, whatever you're worried, doubting, fearing, anything, 90% of it will never even come true or even be a reality at all in your life. So change what you are thinking about. Get rid of those fears. Go fail your butt off. You're scared of failure? Go fail then. Face that fear in the face. You're scared of what other people are going to say, then go post that video and let everybody make fun of you. Go do it. Like, that's what I did. Like, I had fear of failure. I had fear of criticism. I had fear of this, fear of that. You know what I said? I said, you know what? F that. I'm going to post the video, let everybody make fun of me. You know, I'm going to fail. All right, then let me fail. Let me fail. I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail. I'm going to do. But I can't keep holding myself back. I can't afford it. None of us could afford it. None of us. Our minds, our bodies, and our soul cannot afford us to not be the best version of ourselves. Because you don't want to be the person 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now that lives with the regret of, damn, I should have done this. I should have said this. I should have taken action on that. Because that's the weight that will kill you. That's the stress. That's going to be what really destroys you. The weight of, you know what? I could have been this, but I chose this. And you know what? Believe it or not, a lot of us already carry that weight. It's just not heavy because we're still young. We're still in certain places of our lives. But one of the heaviest weight that we all carry as human beings is knowing we could be better, knowing we're supposed to be in a different place, but where we are right now. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys could relate to what I'm saying, if you also carry that weight. Because I carry that weight. Let me tell you right now. The weight of, you know, you could be better. You know, you could be stronger. You know, you could be more disciplined. You know, you could be more consistent. You know, you could be more, but you're not because of your lack of action, your distractions, the things that are holding you back. That weight, a lot of us, we carry that weight. And call it what it is. After a while, let's be real on this call. It gets heavy. It gets heavy. This is why we need to become aware of these things. And we need to make shifts. We need to shift. So number 3 is remove the weeds. Because if we don't remove them, that weight gets heavier and heavier and heavier. And then last but not least, number 4, write this down. Cultivate good soil. Remember, this seed that we're planting, all this work that we're doing, he said it, the harvest is gonna create 30, 60, 100 times more than what was sown. Cultivate the soil. Now, for my note takers, what did the soil represent at the beginning of the call? Right? What did the soil represent at the beginning of the call? Who remembers? Let me know in the chat. What did the soil represent at the beginning of the call? The condition of each person's heart. Cultivate good soil. That means your heart needs to be in the right place. Because you see, when you prepare your heart, when you stay focused, when you act on what you learn, and you create a life that multiplies blessings and impacts others, your heart's going to be solid, man. Think about that. Right now, my goal with this call, yes, I want to help you guys protect your mindset. Yes, I want to help you guys build deep roots. Yes, I want to help you guys remove the weeds. But guess what all of that does? It helps you cultivate that good soil. It helps put your heart in the right place to receive. One of my favorite quotes by Jim Rohn says, you know, in life, we don't get what we want, we get what we deserve. The reason why some of us don't deserve the blessings that we're asking for, and the reason why some of our prayers haven't been answered yet, because our heart is not in the right place yet. Your heart is not in the place to receive it. And you know what? Some of us know that. The people that have received this year, you know what? Congratulations to you. Your heart was in a good place. You prepared your heart. You got rid of the fears. You did what was required. And guess what? You received. You deserved. So you got it. I think about all the things that I've had through the years, all the blessings that God has blessed me with. And I think about my heart space during that time. It was good. It was solid. It was grateful. It was happy. But you know what? I also think about the times when I didn't receive. And I think about my heart then. I wasn't grateful. I was complaining. I was undisciplined. I wasn't in alignment. I wasn't reading the word. I wasn't. So you need to be aware. If I'm on this call and you're listening to this, you know what question you need to ask yourself? What's my heart space right now? Truthfully. Remember, guys, you don't gotta answer these calls. You don't gotta answer the questions in the chat. After the call, these questions that I'm asking you guys, write them down. Yo, Nano told me to ask myself, what is my heart space right now, truthfully? Remember, because the only reason I don't want you guys to type it in the chat is because think about it. If you want to type it in the chat, a lot of the times you're gonna say something that might look good. You know, you're gonna probably try to cover it up and beat around the bush. I don't want that answer. I want the truth. Give me the truth. What is truly your heart space right now? How do you really feel? What are your emotions like right now? Are you feeling grateful, right? Are you filled of joy? Are you inspired? Are you impacting others? Like, what is that feeling? Because depending on what that feeling is, determines whether you're in a space to receive. And if you're not in that space, my sister Charity right here said, my heart feels broken. Then we need to work to heal that. We need to work on developing that and start the process of working towards that. We need to identify where we're at. If we're in a good space, then all we got to do is continue to stay in that space long enough until we receive. If we're not in that space, then we need to work to heal. We need to work on preparing that space and do what the heart needs to get there. Because guess what, guys? Guess what the next season is after summer? What's the next season after summer? What is the next season after summer? And what does it represent for my note takers? And what does the fall represent, Tay? What does the fall represent, Isabel, Ramirez, and Gomez? What does it represent? It represents the harvest, right? It represents the harvest. So are you going to receive a harvest if your heart is not in the right place? Yes or no? Are you going to be able to receive your harvest if your heart is not in the right space? Yes or no? No, you're not going to receive it. You have a harvest here. Whether you believe it or not, whether you've had a okay year or not, there's a harvest waiting for all of us. But we need to be in the space to receive it. Let me tell you guys, I've gone years where I didn't receive anything. I've gone years. That means I've done more than 1 or 2, 3 years that I worked and I had inconsistent years and I didn't receive anything. You know why? Because my heart space, it wasn't there to receive, wasn't ready. But I've also had the years where my heart was in a great place. I was happy. I was grateful. I was filled with joy. I was at peace. And the blessings just poured on me. My hands were open. Never forget the emotional guidance scale, guys. Don't forget this emotional guidance scale right here. You want to be vibrating at these levels right here. You want to be vibrating 1 through 5. I would probably say 1 through 4 to be real, to be safe right here. Optimism is hope. So, I would just say 1 through 4 to be safe. That's where you want to be at every day. You want to work every day to get to these levels of emotion. This is where your heart is at the best, because look at the upward spiral. Look at what's right in the middle of that upward spiral. Ben, I can't remember what book it is, but if you look it up, it'll tell you. There's a book that has it though, for sure. You want to have joy. Consider it pure joy. Think about it. That word is in the Bible so many times. Love is in the Bible. Appreciation, empowerment, freedom, passion, enthusiasm, positive expectation, belief. This is where you want to be vibrating every single day. If you want to receive, this is where your emotions and your heart space needs to be. If your heart space is anything other than that, you won't receive. If you're over here, you're not going to receive, fam. You're over here, you're not going to receive over here. Look at number 22. You guys see number 22? What does number 22 say? Number 22 says fear. The first word is fear. Look at how low of a vibration that is. How can you receive if you have fear? How can you receive if you're worrying? Number 14. How could you receive if you're filled with doubt? Number 13. How could you receive if you're blaming others? Number 15. You guys can't see number 21 right here because my camera's covering it. But number 21 is insecurity, guilt, and unworthiness. Look at all of these. And let me tell you guys the reality of the situation. Most people that we are surrounded by, our families, our friends, our co-workers, most people, they vibrate at these levels right here. Why you think year after year, you see people stuck in the same exact place doing the same exact things? It's because they vibrate here. They don't even, but you know what's the thing? All we can do is pray for them because they don't even know. They don't know that fear is the lowest vibrational feeling that you could ever have. They don't know that. Depression, powerlessness, the victim mentality, hate, revenge, discouragement, blame, worry, doubt. How many of us use this word a lot? How many of us use the word, I'm overwhelmed, Nano? I'm overwhelmed, bro. You don't understand. Look at it. You think it's me that be telling you guys, yo, Nano, I'm overwhelmed. It's not a good vibration. Nano, I'm frustrated. I'm impatient. I haven't got my results yet. Number 10, you're irritated because you haven't got to where you want to go to. Look at what you're vibrating when you say that you're frustrated, that you're mad that things haven't gone your way. You're impatient. Look at it. You're bored. Look at this pessimism, being negative. Look at it. It's not helping us. Wake up. Truly, family. This call is for awareness. Awareness. When I understood this, and I agree with Amber, I had to learn this the hard way. It changed everything for me. Because I realized, I'm like, yo, Nano, how could you vibrate at these levels and expect success? How could you be disappointed all the time, be worried and doubting and blaming people and this and that and have all this anger and want success? How you want to help your family, Nano? How you going to help other people if you are vibrating at these levels? Telling you. You got to get yourself one more time, because I want to finish on a good note. Guys, This summer, your goal should be, how can I get to myself to vibrate between 1 and 4? All the people in my life today that are successful, that are winning, they're vibrating on 1 and 4. And look, let me tell you, let me make this clear. Yeah, I'm not saying that you can't get frustrated ever. I'm not saying that worry disappears. I'm not saying that these things disappear. All right, because these things still happen. But the thing is, you can acknowledge that you're worried. You can acknowledge that you're disappointed. You can acknowledge that you're overwhelmed. I acknowledge it. Yo, sometimes I'm overwhelmed. You know what? It's a good place to acknowledge. It's not a good place to stay. I'm not gonna stay overwhelmed for a whole week. I could acknowledge I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Let me get myself right back in the right place. Let me get myself to number 1 through 4. You understand that? So it's not that I want you guys to create this scenario in your mind where you think that you're never going to get frustrated or mad or stressed or depressed ever. No, it's going to happen. But you acknowledge it and you make the shift. And those are the 4 lessons that I learned from that story. Number 1 was protect your mindset. Number 2, build deep roots. Number 3, remove the weeds. And number 4, last but not least, cultivate the good soil. Because now that good soil, when things are planted in there, is going to grow. It's going to harvest. It's going to be good. All these opportunities, you're going to take advantage of them. All right. All these lessons, you're going to learn them. Why do you think I could take lessons with so much grace? Because I have a good heart space. Why do you think I take advantage of all my opportunities? Because I have a great heart space. Why do you think I'm able to accept the truth and the word of the Lord so gracefully? It's because I have a great heart space, guys. And that's the key. All right. So give me a 444 in the chat if you guys got value. That wraps up today's session. I did go a little bit longer than usual, but I think I started around 10:30, so I only really wanted to go about an hour. But yeah, guys, great lesson. I wanted to make up for, obviously not being here yesterday. We're good for tomorrow. I don't have no travels tomorrow. Thursday, potentially, I got to check what time my flight is to see. But tomorrow we're back. We're running it up. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for hopping on today's call. I really pray you guys got a lot of value and that I was able to shift your guys' mindset if you needed it, right? Who was able to get a nice little shift of mindset here today? Put a 1 if you got a shift, right? I know you guys got value, but who was able to get that shift today that they needed, right? Anybody got that real shift today? I'm glad. Thank you. Well, look, guys, like this video if you haven't. If you guys haven't started following my Mornings with Nano page on Instagram, please follow the Mornings with Nano page on Instagram as well. As you guys know, I'm also hosting a retreat at the end of the year. I know some of you guys are going to be able to make it. Some of you guys are not going to be able to make it. But if you can't make it, I still think you should join the chat because I'm going to be doing a lot of them next year as well. I'm going to be doing at least 3 retreats next year. So if you guys want to join the retreat chat so that you can stay up to date with all the information for next year and for everything that's going to be happening this year and just stay connected, join the Telegram chat, follow me on Instagram, follow both of my Instagrams, Long Live Nano and Mornings with Nano. Spots not yet filled, still conversations need to be had, but we do have you made all the calls yet? No, not yet, actually. I've been so caught up with tour and with New York, but I'm going to be making a lot of calls today, catching up. I've made, I would say, out of the 50 calls, I've made maybe 20. So I still need like 30 other calls that I have to make. So stay tuned. And I'll be in communication as well. If you're really truly interested, then hit me up on Instagram so that way I can move it up and make those phone calls as well. My goal is to really call every single person so that I can at least talk to everybody individually. All right, fam. So I love you guys. Please, thank you guys for your patience as well. Hit me on Instagram as well so that way, those that are really, really interested, I can move you guys up and talk to you guys today. I'll probably make like 5 or 10 phone calls today. My goal is to finish the rest of the phone calls this week. So we'll get that going. All right, guys. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to do a little prayer real quick before we go. Just a quick little prayer. And we'll end the call on a nice prayer. All right. So quick prayer. Bow your heads. Let's pray. Father God, we just want to say thank you so much on behalf of the whole entire community and the hundreds that jumped on this call. Our hearts are literally filled with so much gratitude for all the work that you're doing for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your protection. Thank you for your guidance, the wisdom, your ability to heal us, your ability to forgive us. Thank you for it all. We are so committed, and we love the stories that you taught through the Bible, because it gives us so much awareness on the things we got to do, from removing the weeds to building deeper roots and making you the foundation of our growth and protecting our mindset and putting our heart in the right place. And if there's anybody that's on this call, God, that their heart is not in the right place, Father, I pray that you heal them. I pray that you protect them. I pray that you're there to heal all the brokenhearted, because we need you right now more than ever, Father. And give us that game plan. Give us that path to take, so that we can heal our hearts and put our hearts in the right space of mind, so that we can be able to receive all the blessings, all the amazing things that you have for us, Father. So we're just all grateful. This is a great weekend. We just want to give you all the glory and all the praise. Let's go out and have a great day. We love you and we appreciate you. In God's name we pray. Amen, amen, amen. Let's go. That was fire. I hope you guys got a lot of value from that today. That was a beautiful prayer, by the way. I don't know what got into me there, but God is speaking through us today. He really is. So I appreciate you guys again. Like this video if you haven't, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, share this, leave a review, comment. Life is amazing. God works in our favor. We expect miracles. We get miracles. Everything we touch turns to gold. Let's go out and have a productive day. I love ya. I appreciate you guys. Let's go. God bless. See you guys tomorrow.